Maya was an artist, you know, the kind who saw beauty in cracked pavement and old brick. She would just moved into this worn-out apartment on the edge of town, big windows overlooking a sleepy street. She swore the place had good bones for her studio, but sometimes when she was sketching late, she would catch a reflection in the glass, just a flicker, like a shadow passing, even though she was 3 stories up. At first, she dismissed it. New place, new noises, her imagination running wild. But then she started seeing him. Not him, specifically, just a figure. A dark shape, always there. When she walked to the corner store for coffee, a car would pass slowly, the driver a blurry silhouette. When she lugged her canvases home, she would see a head turn in a parked car across the street. Always the same timing, always that vague, unsettling presence. It was just a coincidence, she told herself. Just a coincidence, but the coincidences stacked up like bad omens. He was not a blur anymore. He was a man. Older, sharp-faced, always wearing a faded dark coat. He would not wave, would not speak. He just watched. From the bus stop, across the street, while she drank her morning coffee. From the park bench while she sketched. She changed her routine, woke up earlier, went out later. It did not matter. He was still there, sometimes just a glimpse, sometimes staring directly at her apartment window for long minutes, even when her lights were off. Maya started feeling like a fly caught under glass. One evening, she came home after a late art supply run. The air in her apartment felt different. She brushed it off as paranoia until she saw it. Her easel, which she always left facing the wall, was now turned towards the window. And on her sketching desk, nestled among her charcoals, was a small, perfectly smooth river stone. Not from her collection, not from anywhere she knew. It felt like a calling card, a message that he was not just watching from a distance anymore. He would been inside. Panic set in. She packed a small bag, grabbed her car keys, and bolted. She drove aimlessly at first, then decided to head for her sister's place, 2 towns over. She kept checking her rearview mirror, her heart pounding. There it was. The faded dark sedan, 2 cars back, matching her every turn. She sped up, swerved through traffic, took a dizzying series of side streets. He was always there. Calmly, deliberately, a dark shadow, perfectly mirroring her desperate flight. Finally, she pulled into an empty, abandoned lot, slamming on the brakes. He pulled up a few yards away, engine idling. He just sat there. She stared, breathless, terrified. Then, slowly, he raised a hand. His fingers moved, tracing an invisible pattern in the air, a slow, deliberate circle over his heart, then pointing directly at her. No smile, no anger, just a chilling, knowing stare that seemed to say, "I know you, I always have, and I always will." It was not a threat, it was a declaration. A cold, absolute promise. Maya did not even remember driving away. She just knew she had to leave. She called her sister from a gas station payphone, barely coherent. Within a week, she was gone from that apartment, from that town. The police could not do anything. No crime, no physical contact, just a weird guy. But the man, the watcher, he never really left her. His eyes, his knowing gesture, they were burned into her mind. Even now, years later, in a new city, a new life, sometimes she will be walking down a street and she will catch a flicker in her peripheral vision. A shadow, a specific car, a distant figure turning its head. She knows deep down it is not him, not really, but the fear the chilling sense of being eternally observed, that he opened her eyes to something lurking just beyond the visible world that never truly fades. He showed her that some shadows follow, whether you see them or not.